Hi.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Well, thanks for
First
being here.
interview in English in the radio in the world.
High expectations then.
I don't know. I will remember you for the rest of my life.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Yeah, I
That's
don't know.
nice.
Depends how it goes.
Well, let's see. Let's see how this goes. As I said in our introduction, I mean, you're not just a well-known comedian in France. You're a superstar. You're a megastar, and you have devoted fans. You got it made. Why the heck? Why on God's good earth would you want to do this to yourself and try doing comedy overseas in another language?
Everyone keeps asking me why do you want to do this in English? So sometimes when I want to make fun of them, I answer with a very American answer. I say I need to challenge myself, but it's true. Even if I make fun of this, I think it's true. I think I'm not saying that I have it all in France and that's it. I don't have to work on my material, new things or shows or new project, but it's really challenging, when as you said, I do like arenas in Europe, and we sold out like 8,000, 10,000 seats arenas. Of course, you can ask the question, why do you want to be so hard on yourself and go in comedy clubs and try and struggle and go to small rooms because I feel exactly like I felt when I just started 20 years ago this job, and I'm excited and I'm happy. And when they told me, do you want to go on do this interview in English? I said yes, because it's new, because I don't know you, because I don't know this show. I read about the show, and I heard some comedians came on the show, Jim Gaffigan and other guys that I really admire and love. And I said, I want to go there. I want to be part of this, And it's, again, challenging. Talking to you right now is challenging.
What's challenging about it?
About you?
Well,
I don't know. It's you tell me. No, what's challenging? I mean, when you do a show and it's not your mother tongue, it's not your first language. It's very hard because you think in your brain in your mother tongue, and it's very difficult. English is my third language, not even my second language. I grew up in Morocco. Was born in Morocco, so I speak French, Arabic, English, and Hebrew. So English is my third language, but I love it. And also, to be honest with you, all the comedians that I really admire, they are Americans. And Jerry Seinfeld is the one who made me, you see, the English is not that good.
it's fine. I understand you just
makes
fine.
me want to do the comic thing in America. Me happy. Now, me happy now, Canada.
Me happy too.
You, smile, excellent, beauty, you. I invite you after in my hotel. Thank you. And I have my
Shukran.
work permit.
Okay. Wow. What are we going to do with this interview? I don't know. Okay.
I don't know. We
okay,
just let it. It's great. I like it.
We're going out after this. We'll
Yeah,
okay.
of course.
I want to talk about a lot of the things that you just mentioned there. Not about the hotel room after per se, but about Jerry Seinfeld and about growing up. So you're a kid in Morocco. You actually start out showbiz at a young age. You help a mime?
Yeah, my father was a mime. And I used to do shows with him and help him with the mime. Mime is always something very funny for comedians. It's material. They make fun of it. And I understand because it's very, I don't know, how would you say in English, désuet, dépassé, old thing that we can make fun of mime, And I used to watch and my father. This is how I got all the physical comedy, because I do stand up, but what I really like on stage is to do this physical and body language and gesture, and this is my thing. And I got that from my dad. He wouldn't talk because he was a mime, of course, but that was a problem at home because he wouldn't talk either at home. So no communication, Real Mediterranean father. Nothing. He wouldn't speak with me, never.
And so you have a father that doesn't talk to you. You help him in his professional life.
Yeah.
When do you make this connection? Hey, this mime's assistant thing can lead to comedy.
Because I really wanted to, say things that I was observing. This is how I am. This This is how I am. I think you cannot become a comedian. You are a comedian. You are someone who looks around and observe and analyze. And you cannot become someone funny. You have, okay. You don't have only to want, but to need. You need to need. If you want to be a comedian, you need to
What do
be
you
a
mean?
comedian. I mean, you need to be like, I can't take, I have to go on stage. I need to say things. I made movies and it's not the same thing. I don't feel like, I like movies, it's okay, but I'm not crazy about that. I don't stay awake at night and thinking about what movie can I do, but I could stay awake just thinking about how this joke could be better. This is my life. I could go in a comedy club. I was in a comedy club a few days ago in New York City, and I did a set, and then I left. I was happy. I left very quick, fast. And the owner, he ran in the street. He said, "Hey, Gad, you left too soon." And then he took my hand and he pumped $25. And those $25, I'm going to keep them for the rest of my life. Of course, I'm making a lot of money when I perform in arenas, but those $25 from that set in English, believe me, I'm going to frame them and explain to my kids one day what's the story.
What are you going to tell them?
I'm going to tell them that you always have to challenge yourself, of course, and never take anything for granted and never think you're done. That's it. It's finished. Oh, I'm famous in France. I mean, I'm very thankful. I love my fans in France, and they brought me here. They gave me a lot. They made me famous, and they made my career. But I just need something else, And
You are a French comedian, but your style, even in France, is unusual in that it's very American. And you talk about Jerry Seinfeld. I want to spend some time talking about that. You've been in, some movies. Probably the one people will be most familiar with in a way is the B movie, where Jerry Seinfeld does the English voice. When it gets translated to French, you're him.
Yeah.
And you're known as the Seinfeld of France. You and Jerry are friends. You do comedians in cars together. You kind of look similar. I gotta say, you're.
Yeah, it's a compliment for him. I think it's very nice. But he said he was so funny. He said in Comedians in Cars, they say he's the Jerry Seinfeld of France. I don't think he's that funny, and. I think that's really funny. They say that. I have mixed feelings about that because he's like a legend. I admire the guy. I am a huge fan, friends now. But, I mean, it's better to be compared to someone you admire first. But it's never that good to be compared to someone anyway. So I take it, and I like it, but I don't know. I have mixed feelings about that, and he has two mixed feelings about that.
You've also been called a Ben Stiller.
No, I don't think so.
So you take Jerry over Ben.
I think I love Ben Stiller, but no, I'm a stand-up comedian. If I have to revendique un héritage, I would say Jerry Seinfeld. Did you get those two words?
No, but I'm going to get Hélène, our technician, to tell my French
if
translator.
If I had to claim any legacy. We say no. Legacy?
Yeah, legacy.
Wow, I'm good.
You're excellent. Your English is excellent.
I would say, Jerry Seinfeld is the comedian who, he inspired me. And as you said, back in the day, we didn't have stand-up comedy, pure stand-up comedy in France. It was more of a theatrical sketches, improv, all this. And not only me, a few comedians, we brought that to France, being inspired by those guys, Chris Rock and Jerry Seinfeld and Stephen Wright, Canadian comedians.
The interesting thing, though, about comedy is, especially for you, who this is in your third language, as you say, comedy is all about timing. It's about tone. It's about phrasing things in a certain way. And as you look to the Seinfelds, the Gafkins, Chris Rock, for inspiration for English comedy, what kind of things do you pull from them?
I think more of the tone and all that is more the neurotic, obsessive way of observe and look at the world. This is what really interests me. Like, for instance, for Jerry, how he picks little things and he makes it so huge and big and a problem. This is my comedy also. How he, a small detail could become a big problem, issue. And this is what I pick, what I take, what I really like. It has to be human. It has to be, observing life. Yes, not only funny. They have to give us to think also. This is what I try to do, and this is what Jerry does, and other comedians do.
And as you play for thousands of people, 8,000 people, I think is the number you said, back home, and then you come to New York and other places in North America. You play in front of these small crowds, hundreds of people,
maybe 100, sometimes 60 people.
Okay.
I was in New York last week with 20 people.
Okay, and you're telling jokes in front of people of a different culture. Are you uncertain how your jokes are going to land?
This is terrible. This is very hard. Of course, I'm not sure. I'm trying. I'm struggling there. But my act is about that. The theme, the subject is about doing the stand-up in America and why. So I'm telling that story. I'm not trying to do jokes about the American life. Of course, I give my French perspective of Americans, and I make fun of them, and they like it, and it's great to do this. And I make fun of the French people and the Moroccans from my perspective. And this is what's interesting. So it gets very personal and unique, It's very hard, but I really, really, really like it. My friends, like comedians that I know, Americans, they think I'm crazy. They're like, come on, you got everything you need there. You have a beautiful career. It's a great setup. What do you need? Why? Stay there. It's great. I say, no, I need more.
You need vulnerability. You need to be vulnerable.
Yeah. I don't need, you know what? I don't dream about, doing arenas in America. This is absolutely not my goal. My goal is just to make them laugh. I'm not from here. I'm not American, but I want to make you laugh in another language. And when they laugh, it's so, I don't even have the word. I can't sleep. I don't sleep at night these days. When they laugh, I don't sleep. When they don't laugh, I don't sleep.
So you just don't sleep.
I just don't sleep. But it's great. I love my life. I'm here. I'm doing an interview in English. By the way, this is the only interview of my life that I'm going to listen to with my English teacher.
You're going to listen back to this?
Yeah.
See how you did.
Yeah, just because, I just speak like this, but I'm sure there's so many things that she's going to go and correct, and
Well, let me ask you about that, because when you're on stage, like anyone who's speaking a second or third language, sometimes you struggle for a word. So when you're up there on stage,
I ask people.
You ask people?
Yeah, I ask people because it's stand-up.
Like in your routine?
Yeah, I stop and I tell, is there any French speaker, someone who can help and knows the world? And then they talk between them, and it creates a real good atmosphere. It's great. Or sometimes I just screw up. I just say, whatever, the wrong word. And I feel it's not good. And we tape the show, and then I don't sleep again. It's all about non-sleeping.
It's all about, this is the key to success.
Welcome to the non-sleeping project. Yeah.
Okay, so what words are you hating in English right now? You have this coach that you're going to work on your pronunciation with, or that you do. You ask the audience, or the like English words that you're just like, I hate that word.
About the pronunciation, and the accent. There are some words are terrible for a French speaker. Like extraordinaire.
Yeah, extraordinary.
Extraordinary. This is very hard.
Extraordinary.
All right. So maybe my show
Repeat
is
after
not
me. Extraordinary.
Extraordinary.
Very good.
No, you say that because you just want to be nice, but it's really, it doesn't sound good. And then, I don't know, there's so many words, so difficult, particular.
Particular.
Yeah. Particular, it's hard.
You're teaching me. This is good.
Particular.
Now I can't say it.
You know what the problem is that, when I ask Americans sometimes, with the grammar, do you say had gone or have gone? They always say, oh, either way. They don't care.
It's not that we don't care. We understand exactly what
No.
you're trying to say.
Because I don't want you to understand. I want to say it properly.
Okay.
I'm challenging myself on multiple levels.
You can stay up late at night through the night and wonder if we say have gone or had gone. We say
Has
both.
been.
Has been. Depends on the context.
Had-
but
had
I'll
gone.
teach you English when we leave after here. Okay.
Have done.
Um,
We have done a good job. We can say that? Have done? No.
once we're finished, we can say
Yeah.
that. We had done a good job. Why are we having grammar lessons on the radio?
I don't know. Let's say that
And
one.
as I always say, when I mispronounce things in English, English is my second language.
Oh,
so there you
that's-
go.
okay.
So I'm not here
That's
to
my
help
third
you.
language. So
Okay.
we're doing a great job, actually.
It's actually my first language. I just use that. That's the way when I mispronounce
She's the
things.
comedian. Right?
Yes, very funny. Okay, I want to talk more about this language thing because you don't just come to Toronto or New York and take your French jokes, say hey, I can translate them, like put them through the
No.
little translation machine and spit them out. What are you learning about what kinds of jokes work really well in English?
I'm sorry to interrupt, but you said something that I've never heard before. Spit them out. Like, for example, you would be interviewing an English speaker, he would just answer to you, but spit them out. I have to stop and tell you that I'm going to use this.
You're gonna say spit it
them
out.
out. Spit it out. It's like just say whatever and just, no, spit it out. Spit it out. No, I'm not spitting it out. I'm not spitting it out. No, I wrote material for this show specific about the English language, Americans, Anglophones. I talk about Canada. I talk about my when I grew up in Morocco and the American dream, and I talk about this. Yeah, I didn't translate my joke. A few jokes, very few, who were universal, who could be understood by a very large audience, have been or had been translated. Have been?
Had been. Oh man.
Yeah, you see?
Have been. Now you're throwing me. I need the control room to help me
Have
out.
been translated, but very few. It's all new material for the English show.
Okay. What works in English?
I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, now it started to work. Yeah, but I have to do it again and again and play every night, and it's very interesting. This is a project. This is a journey. This is not just one show. This is, I don't know. Maybe it's gonna take 1 year, 2 years. I don't know.
Okay, sure. But you could go the Eddie Izzard route, the English comedian who does other language, not just
Of
French,
course.
German, Spanish, Russian, Arabic, and he just translates. I don't say just. He translates his comedy.
Not only. I'm doing a show with him in April in France, in Paris. We're doing a show together. It's called Franglish Night, and he's going to perform in French, and I'm going to perform in English. He doesn't only translate. He writes material about the language also. He writes material about the fact that he is doing the show in French, but maybe not as much as I do. Maybe he translates also a little bit. I'm not sure. But he is one. I mean, he's maybe the only one I know who does both languages and changes and challenging himself. He's gonna do a show in German also.
Yeah.
Did you talk to him?
No.
Yeah.
Should I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll make sure that happens.
You won't understand his accent, but
Let me ask you this. You say you're a guy that's always up for a challenge. That's why you're, playing small clubs or to small audiences in New York, as well as playing to big ones overseas. Does it matter what does success look like for you in those small settings? You say you don't care about playing arenas. What does that look like?
To be honest, it's not a choice that I'm not doing big rooms in America. It's a reality. People, they don't know me. So I have to go in those small rooms. What's very interesting is 2 years ago, I did shows in French in America. And we had all those expats from not only French people. It was very interesting, by the way. It was people from all around the world who speak French. From Quebec, from Lebanon, from North Africa, from Switzerland, from Belgium, France, of course. And it was very interesting. And this is where and when I started to put a little bit of English. And those shows helped me to get a little bit confident, with my audience. But then, now when I do only English, those French speakers, they come, but they're not really interested. It's like if you're, I don't know, fan of a singer, I don't know, and he's going to sing other songs or something. You don't want to go see him. You're going to say, oh, no, I want to see, the song I know and the things. They come, but American audience is very small now. They don't know me. I mean, after this interview that we're doing right now, it's going to be huge.
Yeah.
This is my big...
It's going to explode.
Big break.
Yeah.
You are my big
Yeah.
break. You are my big break.
You don't know how many times this has really happened for people.
I know. I'm looking at you right now, and I can tell you.
You're not looking at me. He's looking down at the table.
I'm shy. I'm very shy. You're intimidating. This one is very hard to say. Intimidating.
Very good.
Intimidating. Oh! I just found out there's dating in intimidate. It's the first time I find out that dating is into the word.
Is this because you're Moroccan? You're thinking Moroccan dates?
I don't know. Oh, the dates. Wow, the play on words.
I know. Amazing, this language, English.
The dating. I don't understand the dating, by the way. We don't have that in France.
You don't date?
We don't know. American women, they want to know before. We don't want to know.
Know what?
We improvise. Maybe we go on a date. Maybe we have sex. Maybe not. Maybe we fall in love. Maybe we become friends. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, so American women, in your estimation, want to know what the agenda is.
What's your deal? What's the agenda? What are you? What do you want? They have even labels and names for this. Friends with benefits. I heard that. Friends with benefits. It's when a guy and a girl, they are friends and they have sex.
Yeah, friends with benefits. Yeah. The benefit
in France.
Yeah. What do you call it in France?
Friends. Yeah, this is how... I mean, this is, I don't know what to tell you. It's really, date night. They have date night.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's, for a Frenchman, it's very funny. It's when you're married, right? And you go on a date with your wife. Okay, so what can happen? Even if it goes really well. Like... You know what I mean?
Like it's a sure thing.
What are you going to marry her again?
Right.
Like it's no, we have date night in France, but with someone else's wife. That's very exciting, and that makes no sense. You go on a date with your wife. I mean, I don't know. We don't have dating. I don't know why we're talking about dating. The dating. Oh, intimidating.
Intimidating, yes.
Intimidating. It would be a great online dating, an app. Intimidating. Yeah.
Intimidating.
We're going to start this one.
That's a good idea.
You and me.
You and me. You're also quite a pianist. Before we started the show, I mean, you were playing on Glenn Gould's piano.
Wow. When you told me that, I was really impressed. This magnifique piano. It was Glenn Gould's piano. Wow. I wanted to be a jazz piano player when I was young, but didn't have enough maybe talent or didn't work enough for this. But I really am a very big jazz music fan. Yes.
Good luck on this tour. Let's try this.
So much.
You're impressive in many ways. The fact that you speak so many languages. So let's try and do thank you. I'm going to try this with you in every language. So your first language is Arabic.
French.
French.
Yeah.
Merci.
Merci.
What's next? What's your next language? Arabic. Shukran.
Shukran. Oh, good.
Okay. English. Thank you.
You got this one. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hebrew.
Toda rabah.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I mean, we're going to go on a date.
Oh, let's go. Date night.
It's a date
Honey,
night.
I'm doing date night the French way. I'm going with another guy.
Okay.
I'll call him right now.
Okay.
Thanks, Gad.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Merci.